Hello everyone, how's it going? My name's Pickle and welcome to a brand new live stream. And whether you're watching on Christmas or not, Merry Christmas. I hope that everyone has a nice day. Again, whether it's Christmas Day when you're watching this, or Boxing Day, or a random day in August. I hope that everyone is having a remarkable day no matter what. Now, today's live stream is going to be a little bit different because as it says in the title, we are doing Satisfactory. But I thought I would take the opportunity today to talk a little bit about projects that I'm working on. Basically, I want to try and develop my channel a little bit, and one way that I want to try and do that is by creating a bit more of an interactive environment behind me rather than just a TV that hasn't been turned on for about 4 years and a white wall with a picture that was in our bathroom for about 15 years. That's that picture right there. No idea what it's supposed to be or where it was taken, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. So what I want to try and do is develop my own sort of world, my world for my channel. And I know it sounds a little bit weird, but because I basically won't be able to stream for a couple of months, I thought what better to do in my time than hop onto Unreal Engine and basically create a world that I can then portray in my live streams, and I think it'd be really cool. I think Dr. Disrespect is something very similar, so I want to try and do, well, not do the exact same thing, but actually try and do that, but a little bit of my own twist. For example, I want to try and make some sort of Viking-themed world, where we've got an island, and some other things on the island as well. It's a bit interactive, a bit fun. That's basically the plan. Just a fun, interactive stream is what I want to try and create. And hopefully it can end up being quite good fun. So today I just want to develop the channel lore a little bit and see where it goes. Am I going to take it extremely seriously? No. But I have got a few ideas I do want to try and throw, and then hopefully something is going to stick. That is why, for example, if I activate that screen, there we go. We've got our Word document ready. That is right, a Word document. And I basically want to try and just write down like the history of this random island, what tribes live there, if any. I've already got a rough idea. I've written down a very quick sketch, which I'll soon draw in this, about the world that I want to try and make and film. It's going to be, well, the plan is for it to be roughly a high-end production. I want to try and drop like a trailer for it and everything, but again, this won't be happening for at least 6 or 7 months, so yes, either way, I do want to try and start it today. So what we're going to try and do, wait, have I got 2 tabs open of the exact same thing? No, I don't. Okay, good. It's this. So this is basically the plan. I want to try and draw out where I want the world to be and what I want the world to be. That ad takes up like the majority of my screen, which isn't very helpful. There we go. So let me try and mimic roughly what I've drawn here, and then tell you guys a little bit about the idea that I've got for this. Have the Vikings raiding England. It's a mythical place. It won't be a real place. So it will be a Viking island with multiple Viking tribes, I'm thinking 4, that live on this island, and that they're, rather than Vikings, they're pickles. Hear me out. My channel's called the Valhalla Pickle. So what about an island of pickles? I know, I am basically a genius. So let's begin. This won't be exactly what I literally just got my pen and started drawing, but I ended up making this thing that I really liked. So there's going to be 2 main islands and a bunch of really small ones around. So, no. Wait, softness, there we go. It won't be exactly correct. And of course, because I'm making this online, I can just make adjustments to it. For example, there. Yeah, I can come back to that. Why is it more difficult to draw on a PC than it is to draw in real life? Wait. That's really difficult. Pickle people, that's basically the thing, yes. I want to create pickle people on this island, on this mythical Viking island, yes. And then another island up here with, like, bad... Well, the idea is... Boom. Peppers. Red hot chili peppers. They're not the enemy, but it's going to be like pickles are good, peppers are bad. That's basically going to be the channel lore. I know it's a little bit weird. Also, let me just try and make this a bit bigger for you guys. Oh, nice. Where are the ads? There we go. All you're not seeing now is basically just the ad, so yeah, it's a bit better for you. So this is what I'm actually. Can I show this? Yeah, that's fine. So this is what I'm trying to make. If I can even see if I'm showing you the right thing. That island right there. I love the way it looks, and I think it looks pretty decent. Also, I've done a lot of Satisfactory logistic work off camera since my last stream, and I really want to try and show you guys that. Alright, if I hold this in one hand, maybe. Okay, we got this. I'm drawing the wrong thing, nice. I just keep going down like that. Off like so. Down there. Then around in a pretty decent loop. Like that. And this part here can be a little bit rocky, that's completely fine. That can then jut out there. Okay. So that's a rough idea. Then over here what we are going to try to do is this. We're going to have another island. Which is a little bit rougher. This island's going to be a lot smaller. Like that. See, that feels a little bit more natural because of all the roughness that's been added to it. And basically, we're going to have, in this island, 3 main mountain ranges. One roughly here. If I do 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top, it looks a bit better. Hand to the mouse. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So there's going to be the first mountain range. And a smaller one down here. And another one off here. So that's the plan. Then this island over here is basically going to be a volcano island, which is where the bad people live. There we go. So that's the plan. And basically what I want to try to do is paint everything here blue. It's quite simple to do. All I've got to try and do is this. Why are you locked? There we go. Get a bluish sort of colour. Looks kind of like a sea creature. It does a little bit, yeah. Which wasn't intentional, but let's see how that's going to look. There we go. So I suppose then what I can do is... I want to try and paint this green. What's the easiest way I can do that then? Let's see. Because now the only thing that's there is this. So if I try and saturate everything... No, that's not going to change that then as well. Okay, wait. If I duplicate this, remove that, then I start saturating all of this. There we go. Same thing there as well. Keep that. Lovely. Okay, that's much better. But now I'm just going to try and make it green, basically. You can move the green layer. Yeah, I've done it now. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Good. Although I suppose one thing I've actually got to try and do is remove this. That's worked. Because you're actually going to be a little bit of a dark reddish sort of colour. Right. Can I actually make it a little bit grayer? Yeah, like that. Beautiful. Because it's going to be like an almost entirely stone-driven island. Like, it's just completely covered in stone. And, of course, a little volcano up there as well. So, the way that I want to try and plan this is I've got to think of multiple different things. I've got to think of the name of the islands. I've thought of the name of the people that live on both of these islands, though. Let me try and find what I wrote down, because it's so unbelievably terrible I had to write it down before I forgot it. So, the good people are called the Piccolonians. As again, the pickles. And then the bad people, the peppers, are called the Peponians. That's the plot, basically. A Piccolonian is what you see as my channel logo, the sort of pickle. Then again, the pepper is what I'm making in a second, that thing. So I want to have a couple major sort of settlements. In fact, can I just very quickly, if I just turn... Actually, I have to turn it off. House, no, cartoon PNG. Just to actually, yeah, this will be fine. Just to show some sort of, what's it called? Settlements. There we go. I knew this was not really going to work out if I just type settlements. No. Okay. I think, honestly, let's just select some random house here. Just as an icon. Obviously, this isn't going to be the house. It's just the icon of where the village is going to be, basically. I'll go with this one. And turn that off just for a sec as I save this. And upload that to here. There we go. Beautiful. So the chili pepper people are trying to get over there because they have little to no good farming. Basically, yes, that's going to be the law. So we're going to have one settlement down there. We're then going to have another one here. And one in the... No. One maybe in the mountains. And then I want to have one more. So basically, each one of these tribes is going to specialize in a certain thing. So, for example, these are the mountain people. These will be something. These guys can be the... something else. The plains and the sky. Definitely not based on anything from Avatar, by the way. No. Absolutely not. But yeah, basically 4 different clans, all living on the same island. And then what I want to try and do is draw out their territories, I suppose. And each one of these clans gets their riches from one particular kind of thing. So for example, the plains people will have a lot of farming. The highland people can then have a lot of resources from the mountains. Then the sea people get a lot of fish and food from that. And then the other ones, which I'm still yet to kind of figure it out. In fact, we'll do this. What we're going to say is that these mountains are so highly elevated that they're almost uninhabitable. So we'll say that you guys are the plains. And then what I'm actually going to start to do now is write down letters next to everything. Ignore that. That was what the title was written with. There we go. That when I write things over in my Word documents, I can just say, like, letter A is this, letter B is that. Blacksmiths, farmers, and... Yeah, it's a medieval settlement, so yes. There we go. And then, of course, we're going to have one over here. It's basically the plot to every sort of Marvel's movie. Or Disney movie, should I say. They're just going to be over here. I have got to try and think of names for all of these tribes as well, but that's something I can easily do. There we go. So they're going to be over there. The next thing that I want to try and do is think about typography. A clan specialist. I suppose I'd rather do it as in, like, again, like a mountain clan or a sea clan. Okay. Rivers. What I want to try and do is select... No, where is it? This. There we go. Size can be a lot smaller than that. Softness, yes, get a bit of softness. So we're going to have one river coming down from here. Like that. It's then going to split somewhere along here. There we go. And I think that would be quite a nice place there for a settlement. So you've got the main thing inside of here. A bridge across there, a bridge across there, a little bit of farmland around that, and a little port. That's basically just going to be that settlement there, and that should be alright. What I then want to try and do is something very similar over here now as well. Like so. That can then go over here. Including one more over here in this direction. I suppose we could have one more river. I am aware that I've got to try and design all of this as well, so I can't get too far ahead of myself. And when it comes to you lots, I'm going to have a couple rivers just like so. There we go. I can't have 3. There we go. Because in theory, with these rivers, you can't just have just one river like this. There has to be more that comes off of it. It's fine for now. And then this particular river is going to be quite interesting because this part of the island is going to be quite heavily inspired by the west coast of Ireland. Not Ireland, but like the country Ireland. Where they have those beautiful waterfalls at the edge of the cliff. And that's basically the idea for this. It's going to be a random cliff. And then also what I want to try and do is a couple more of these islands. But the question is, how easy are you going to be to paint? Yeah, you're not. Okay. Oh, well. Oh, well. I suppose what I can try and do maybe is this. Nope. This will work. Okay. So, just south of here, we're going to have a couple of these. Oh, let's turn off that softness. No. And these are going to be just random islands along here. Some bigger than others. And then these have broken off from this. So what I suppose I want to try and do, if I use my geography GCSE to a little bit of credits, is try and bring you out to around about here. And have a little rock there, then another rock over there. This would be some sort of like a stack and a stump, then a little crack there, just, yeah. The consequences of longshore drift, basically. So those are going to be the little islands down over here. This is going to be the biggest port on the island. So I think it would make sense to have some sort of watchtower over here. So I'm going to paint in a reddish sort of color. Yeah, sure. Let's increase the size. So that's... Oh, no. One there. One there. Okay. The next thing that I then want to try and talk about is... Actually, I suppose let's do a couple more of these islands, because I like the idea of them. I do. Make this a little bit smaller. There we go. So I don't think I want to have any major island coming off of this. We could try and do one over here, maybe. As this is too big. Like that. That's going to be like literally the biggest island that isn't connected to the island, to the mainland. But then there will be some sort of bridge here, though. Although I won't draw that in just yet. No. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now how exactly am I going to paint this? Let's try and sketch it and do a little bit of that. There we go. No one will ever know. Okay. Districts. That's the next thing I wanted to try and move on to. What I'm going to try and do here is get a rather thin brush and try and zone out these districts. So the first one's going to be the D clan, obviously not called D. Then, because they're the mountain clan, you even see that? No. I'm going to try and make it a color we can actually see. There we go. They're not going to have too much land beyond this. As far as the mountains go, basically. Everything on this side belongs to them. Next up, you've got these lots, which are going to have everything from here. In like so. Stopping at the river, at the lake even. Oh yeah, no, it is a river. I could add a lake, but we'll see. That will then stop there. But you know, I suppose it can go a bit over. I have to add something into here, because as of right now, it's quite blank. But again, I mean, this is very, very early days of development. B, I don't know what you guys are going to be just yet. A, you guys are the plains, aren't you? So I suppose you can actually be the biggest. Going from here to this lake. Yep. In fact, if I am going to do that, which I still think is not a bad idea, I think what I want to try and do is add in another lake coming off of there, or another river. To here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, 14. There we go. You're then going to come down over here. Trying to mimic that border roughly. That's a pretty large area. Got one down here. Might as well move this. There we go. You then have these lot over here. I can try and select that house. Apparently, I can't even find anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where's that house gone then? One, 2, 3, 4. What? I don't even know where this house has even gone. That's so weird. Is it here? No. I honestly cannot even find the image here for this house. That's the one I just placed down. That's that one. No. 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 Must be here somewhere. That is weird. No, like, I know how to place a house. I don't know where it's gone, because normally it should be along the side here. But I can't even... Oh. Okay, I know what it's a part of. There we go. That's weird. So you're going to be basically here. That's better. Then A is going to be all of that. B seems to occupy most of this. So I'm thinking what I do is actually move this mountain range down a little bit to somewhere here. Then all of this will pretty much be plains, which I think will look quite nice. Let's give that a shot. There we go. I mean, the concept to almost all of this is going to remain pretty much the exact same. It's literally just moving the mountain. I mean, who says we wouldn't be moving mountains today here? Okay, apparently that one's out of my jurisdiction, clearly. Why? There we go. No, and now it switched the colour. And now I can't... Did I literally not just... There we go. Let's try that again. Welcome, Rob. Hope that you're doing good. What's this game? Oh, this is not a game. Basically, I am trying to develop my channel lore a little bit. So, I'm trying to make a world where my channel can grow in. Basically, this is an island full of pickle people. Hear me out. This island is an island full of chilies. This island doesn't like this island, and on this island there's 4 tribes of pickles. And basically I want to try and build a medieval Viking world on Unreal Engine, and then using that world I could record cinematic shots, have it playing in the background, make it look like I'm literally inside of this world, and just... I don't know, I think it would be quite cool. Change colour again. It'll make more sense when it's done, but this is one of those projects that won't be finished for a very, very long time. But either way, welcome. And welcome, Rob. Hope that you are doing good as well. Merry Christmas from Sweden. Merry Christmas back from the UK. Thank you very much for tuning in. Right, so this mountain range is going to be roughly here. A bit further south. Would that now be better? Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger. So you're going to come up like that. That wouldn't make any sense though. No. Maybe that would make a little bit more sense. You then break up this way. Then come down that way. You can then do a very similar thing over here. Including that. Now when it comes to this, you're then going to be relatively close to this. Like that. I mean, geographically, this probably isn't extremely accurate, so I'm not really going for accuracy. Oh, and again, now that's gone. Okay. There we go. Yeah, well, this is my thumbnail maker. So this is where I make my thumbnails. But now I've just dedicated it to this instead, just for now. Yep. Archaeological knowledge for some fun. Well, I don't really study much about the Vikings. I just want to try and do some channel lore stuff. Because I thought it would be quite interesting. See how it goes. There we go. Get rid of these where the rivers once were. There we go. Okay. So this is the new layout now of the island, and I think it looks fine. We'll go back to our little borders. size was this? Is it 2? 3. There we go. 3. Okay. A magnet to make a geolandscape. Yeah, I'm sure I can do a lot of things to help us out here. So I think you lot then, you're going to control everything down to around about here, including half of this, or technically a third of the peak. You lot again will control everything up to around about here. Then you, everything from... I need one more down here, I'd say. Yep. There. Okay. Why is there just constantly things missing here? What's going on? Oh, okay, sure. Okay, we then said one more river in this general location. Wait, softness. Turn that up there a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. So there's quite a lot going on. I don't actually mind it. I could then, of course, add a few smaller rivers just coming along here, like so. See how that ends up. But regardless, that is basically the idea. Could do quite a similar thing here to what I'm doing down there, but I don't want to make it too similar though. Another one here. You'll probably find down there. So this is roughly what it's going to end up looking like. So again, towards this sort of area, it's going to be quite flat. In A, like towards the A and C clan, it's going to be quite flat. D is going to be very mountainous, but not overly mountainous, unlike this area here, which is the tallest peaks on this island, which is very uninhabitable, unfortunately. And then B is just going to be vibing over here. So, is there anything else I want to do in regards of the landscape? I think it's quite difficult to do much more now until I just start to plan out what the tribes are going to specialize in. Yeah, we have got a town here. Yep. Right there. So, it's kind of based off a couple of towns from video games. The main one that I'm thinking of is, I believe it's called River Run from Skyrim. It's the very first village that you get to. Because the way that it works, that you have a nice little wall, but the village is then placed, or it's situated on a river, and you can then cross the river if you really wanted to then explore a bit more of the actual city itself. I think there's some sort of timber area in the middle of this little fork in the river, which I quite like. I won't do the exact same thing here, because I don't know how to design that, but that's the plan basically, to have this village located in between this little river, where the river splits, with a little bit of it over this side and a little bit more on that side with some farmland surrounding it. Basically, that's the plan. What's this map for? I'm designing my channel lore. So basically, I want my channel to be set on a certain world, this world, for example. So in the background of my streams, rather than just seeing my TV, a picture, a random wall, you're actually going to get a little bit immersed and see this world right here, where we will be on a different planet, different islands. It's going to be medieval Viking themed as well. So I'm hoping to implement a few of those as well. Just create some interactive environments and just have a little bit more fun basically. But a bunch of channel lore is what we're trying to do right now. So I don't think there's too much more I want to try and do over here. If I now very quickly switch to the word page, I actually want to see a little bit more about... In fact, can I screenshot this? Because this is most likely going to end up changing anyway. Let me screenshot it, just like so. If you just give me a second here, I'm going to try and import the screenshot to... Actually, let me just save... Oh, should I save the picture? If I just save, actually. Give me a sec. There we go. If I import that to here. Don't worry if you guys see a black screen, that's intentional. Although it isn't supposed to be on for this long, but this is just not going to plan. There we go. Great. That should not have taken that long. Holy. It's a very small black border. Is that too much to ask? Oh, clearly. Okay. So, first things first. What's the island going to be called? The obvious thing to go for is Albion. I'm not going to go for Albion. The reason why everything you have probably played has something called Albion in it is because I believe that was the old name for England. So, there you go. But I'm not going to call it Albion. I thought of a couple names. Did I write them down? Yeah, so there's a couple, but I don't like too many of them. Agifel, which I think just means Ore Mountain, or Ore of the Mountain. Angerby, which is just Angry Village. Again, don't like that too much. Then there was this one, Pelagi Thorpe, which translates roughly into the fellow outlying farms. That's not really an island name though, it's more of like a little settlement name. I don't really want to go with that. Let's start with this actually. Everything that I want to try and write down a name for, if I just create a very small category, just so I can try and see what I actually need names for. So island name, a clan name. Nice. We then have the bee clan. Not literally a clan of bees, just where the number or letter B is located. The island's just green. Because it will be a mostly green island, except for the mountain tops, which will just be snowy. We then got C clan. Name, yep. Then D clan. Name. Okay. That's the first thing done so far. I then want to try and actually name a couple of these mountain ranges here as well. So this is going to be the, well, technically in theory, this is the longest mountain range, but then this is the tallest and the most dangerous. Also, what about E as well? I forgot about E. Basically, the baddies. So, mountain range large. I'm thinking what to do is, whatever this mountain's called, name this tribe after the mountain, since they're the ones that live out there. I'm thinking about calling it Pandoria. Hear me out. The reason why Pandoria comes to mind is because of, again, not inspired by Avatar, but they're on the planet called Pandora, and they've got floating islands around this particular part where the first movie is filmed, at least. And that's kind of what I want to try and do over here. This would be like, again, a mythical island, a mythical medieval island. So if I'm having floating islands, I think like Pandoria could be a pretty cool name. And the Pandorians could then be the name of D. So, the D tribe. Pandorians. That's not a real word? What? What do you mean? And Pandoria would be the name of the mountain range. Small. There we go. I want to double check. Is that actually a real word? Pandoria. refers to several fantasy settings and media, most prominently a fantasy board game about exploring and settling a new land with new unique races. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? This is literally my idea, except, okay, maybe not quite that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there we go, Pandoria. And the Pandorians. Not too bad. Okay, the E-clan, the bad ones. What are they going to be called? What's like a rough sounding name? I could call them like the Luton. No. He's just going to be called Birmingham. No, I love Birmingham. I don't know. I like the design of it. I know I haven't really talked much about it, but I do actually quite like the design of this island in particular. Obviously, this is where the main town's going to be situated. Nice little harbour there as well. Ashenvale is not too bad. I like that. Also, the big mountain range as well. I'm feeling like Takana. There you go. That sounds like it means something in some language. Takana. Takana. Obviously, that's not how it's going to be spelt, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Takana. There we go. Add to dictionary? Sure. I suppose I do need something pickle inspired, don't I? Or E. Because again, E isn't pickles, they're chili peppers. I could call them red hot chili peppers, but I feel like that's a bit too much. But no, I already thought of their name, didn't I? I thought the name of their people, at least. So they're going to be called the Paponians. So why aren't you just going down? Surely you should be moving, right? Move with text? Yeah, but you're clearly not, are you? Bruh. How about this? There we go, okay. But now, okay. Damn. Whatever works, right? Whatever works. So, the pickle people. Name. So, basically, this is like their race. So, we're humans. They're called Piccolonians, I think is what I came up with. Piccolonians. There we go. And then the Philly people name is going to be the Paponians. And I suppose E can be called Paponia. There you go, Paponia. Peponia. Brilliant. I'm really concerned that I'm going to end up thinking or imagining a name. I'm going to search it up on Google. Then some hardcore random stuff's going to end up popping up. Like, oh no, I did not mean for that. Because that sometimes happens. If you ever go on YouTube and just randomly type like a bunch of random letters, you're most likely going to find an extremely weird video. The spelling doesn't really matter as long as I know how to pronounce it. So, Takana. There you go. I can probably get rid of this now. No, maybe not. There we go. Brilliant. What's next? No, don't. Oh. There we go. So the island's name It's going to be inhabited by pickles. Piccolontis? Piccolontis. Nia. Piccolonia. Pandoria. Piccolonia. We'll do that for now. Piccolonia. There we go, sure. We've still got a couple more of the clans to try and name here now as well. If you have just tuned in, by the way, no, I haven't just done shrooms. I am trying to think of names for my clan that are living on this imaginary mythical Viking pickle island who are fighting against these mythical Viking chilies. And that's going to be the world that my channel is going to be living in. And the backdrop's going to be like Viking themed, basically. That's the plan. So, welcome. Hope that you guys are doing well today. The picklers. That's not. I like that. Picklers. There we go. Picklers. A, B, and C now. The mushroom's talking? Never. No, this is fake news. Fake news. I'm feeling like something with Al. Like Al. Al. Oh, welcome, Bacon, by the way. Hope you are doing well. Alamontanus. Alamontanus. The Alamontanus. The Almontanus. Which, I mean, al in Arabic means the. But I can't really have the, because then it would be called the. I don't, well, they're not Arabs, but anyway, al does mean the. That's why, for example, it's called the Burj Al Arab, which I think means the Tower of the Arabs. What does Burj Al Arab translate to? Tower of the... Okay, it literally just means Tower of the Arabs. There you go. And then Burj means tower. So Burj Khalifa, the Tower of Mia Khalifa. I don't know. Like, she makes a lot of money. So, you know. Anyway. Let me just search Montanus. Montanus. Oh. That's a... See, this is what I mean. That's a real thing. Montanus. The 2nd century founder of Montansium? The self-proclaimed prophets. Montanus. Holy Spirits. Wait. Damn. Spirit of Truth? The gossip. Okay, so we've now got... Okay, right. Sure. So the... Basically, this translates into the 2nd century founder of the Montansiums. Okay, sure. B clan. Bandorians. Yes. I don't know why I'm doing the letter thing, but yeah. Bandorians? I know the Mandalorian is a thing, but Bandorians, hopefully not. No, it's just random stuff. Okay, good. Then C. I feel like something that ends in Thorpe. Scunthorpe, that's already taken. Mouse Thorpe, Table Thorpe, Keyboard Thorpe, Phone Thorpe, Fonthorpe, Fonthorpe, Thorpe, Fonthorpe. Okay, that would do. Mate, that's how you think of names. Just look at your desk and see what there is. Next up, we've got Monitor Thorpe. No, I'm not going to go with that one. So, the island is called Piccolonia. We've got 4 different clans on this island. Alamontanus, Bandorians, Fonthorpe, and the Pandorians. Okay. We've also got the rival clan over there called Paponia. Or the Paponians, sorry. But no, the settlement's called Paponia. Sorry, yeah, that's correct. I think that's a really good sounding name. It reminds me a little bit of Pompeii and Catalonia. There you go. Nothing to do with each other, by the way. Catalonia is in Spain and Pompeii is in Italy. So, oh well. The large mountain range down there is called the Umticana, and then the small mountain range is called Pandoria. Hence why the D clan's called Pandorians. Yeah, okay, that's correct. The Pickle people, so all of these tribes, the race is called the Piccolonians or the Piccolers, and then the Chili people are called the Paponians. There you go. That's the lore so far. So we need a story. We need how many people live in these settlements? Which tribe is in charge of the rest? Is there a tribe that's in charge of the rest? We don't know. So let's bloody well find out. In fact, I might as well do populations over here as well. So the leading the leading tribe or village is going to be C, which is the Fonthorpe. I don't mind that, yeah. We're going to say it has an inhabitants of 3,468. There you go. People. This isn't going to be like a very densely populated island. D is the mountain people. You guys are going to have 963. Why have I put a bloody dash there? People. Technically pickles, but you know, in this world, people are pickles. They're foods. I promise you I'm not on drugs. I promise you. But, so, this is an island of pickles. E is an island of chilies. There could be an island of asparaguses. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll find out in Season 2 of the Valhalla Pickle YouTube channel. Then B, you guys are gonna be... What? B is going to be like the little warrior clan. So these guys are going to have a lot of warriors. They're not going to be good in anything, but other clans hire out their warriors for protection against animals or against Michael Jackson, who's also living on the ice. Sorry. No, anyway, so you guys are going to have 425 people. Nice. That was, no one saw that. You guys are going to be warriors. C is going to be the economic zone plus fishermen. There we go. Or if Sam Smith was living here, he'll be called a fisher then. Anyway, A clan, you guys are going to be the plains people. So you're going to have 1,794 people, roughly. Like, this isn't exact amounts, but it's just to get our heads in the sort of direction of how many people are actually living here. I'm then going to up this number to 4,000 because it's the city. It's where everyone is supposed to be living anyway. Saying that as I don't live in a city in real life, but oh well. The Council of Pickles. You found your old map making website. Oh, nice. The Pickle Council. The Senate. I want to try and do some sort of pickle pun. I don't know how, like a Senate pickle pun. Anyway. So, people. You guys are going to be the plains. Farmers. Oh, nice. Farmers. There we go. So each clan has a role. D. You guys just get the mountain people. Mountain people plus, yeah, that's fine. But basically, that's where all the minerals are found in the world in that particular region. Hence, why they got their wealth. Okay. So, how are we going to start this? The island law. What's the island called again? Piccolonia. Stupid name. Islands. Piccolonia. Law. Piccolo. Yeah, that's fine. That's spelled correct. Yeah. Add to dictionary. Honestly, the amount of words I've got added to my dictionary that just aren't real words, but as you guys can probably tell, it's quite a lot. So, what year is this going to be set in? We could go for like a... Oh, it depends, because I'm going to be involving lots of siege weapons as well. So, when were... Ages. From 500 AD to 1500 AD was the Middle Ages, and that's where I want to try and set this. So we're gonna say in the year 802, no, 797 AD, no. In the year 683. Yep. In the year 683 AP, which stands for after pickle. After pickle. A devastating. There we go. A devastating natural disaster known as... So basically what I want to try and go for is that the pickles were living on a different place in the world, but their home got destroyed by a natural disaster. I'm thinking either a plague or a fire. One of them two. And then they then migrated to this island, which was mostly uninhabited. However, some of the Chile people lived here. And then, because the pickles started to move in with large numbers and started to repopulate quite quickly, the Chilis really didn't like it, and then they fully migrated to this island, and then since then, they've had a huge hatred to the pickles who have stolen their homeland, and now they want to get revenge by taking back their homeland. Oh, bro, sign me up to some sort of Disney or, like, whatever contracts. I can be writing movies. Lord of the Rings has nothing... This is Lord of the Rings 2. Even though there's like many different Lord of the Rings, but this is a devastating natural disaster known as End of the World. No, Endewormus, and Enfresis, DoorDash. No. Endorama. Oh, Endorama. Endorama. A, deadly. What do you mean that's not a real word? There you go. Is it an earthly thing or a universe thing or something? So this is a different planet. Different universe. Yeah. They try to convert the Chilis to the big religion too. No, there is no... Is there a religion in this world? I don't know if I want to go that far in depth. A devastating natural disaster. Endorama. Oh. Endorak. Oh, that's actually better. Endorak. Yeah. Like Ragnarok. End-o-rock. There we go. Endorak. A deadly virus which swept through there, which is going to be the pickles, which are called Piccolonians. Either Piccolonians or hello, thank you. Or Piccolas. I'm still not quite sure yet. I'm going to stick with this for now. Which through their Piccolonians homeland, causing mass casualties, death, and destruction. Homeland. What would their homeland originally have been called? We have to try and think of something. I don't know. A place where you can almost imagine the end of the world is upon us. Where even just if you think of the name, you think, whoa. I've got it. So, guys, I'm joking. I love France. So, what would it be called? Their original homeland. Ostopa. Ostopa. There you go. This is a good thing. Like, honestly, this is so easy to make lore. Holy crap. I can see why everyone does, like, fiction stuff. Like, Harry Potter. Harry Potter! Lord of the Rings. They go on a walk. They see someone. They try to escape. They meet people. They defend or try and get a ring. Oh, easy stuff. Again, I've seen 10 minutes of it, but I kind of got the plot. Gherkinia. I have to. I want to try and save this name, though, as something. I think this could be used for something a bit later on. Gherkinia. What do you mean that's not a real word? Honestly. Causing mass casualties, death, and destruction. Once home to over 2 million people. They're not people, though. What if they were? What if they called each other people? Like, you know how in England we say mates? In their world, they call each other people. You're a right person? Yeah, not too bad person. How are you? Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah. Once home to over 2 million people. Now lies as a barren wasteland with barren wasteland. So Gherkinia is destroyed. Halas. Gone. No more. Goodbye, Gherkinia. You're now dead. Shame. How unfortunate. Causes mass casualties, death, and destruction, which is basically the same thing as mass casualties. Doesn't matter. Once home to over 2 million people, now lies in a barren wasteland. 2 million, is that too much? Or 3 million? Doesn't. The number doesn't matter. Basically, there was a lot, now there isn't. However, once the local tribes grew wary of... How do you even spell wary? That's exactly what I wrote. Of Enso Rock. Of Ender Rock. They fled to safety upon any boats. No. On any boats they could find. Only 4 tribes out of the 7 who occupied Gurkenia escaped. However, some tribes were... No. Had less... Basically what I'm trying to say is that less people made it out from certain tribes than other tribes, hence why the populations are so different. Suffered worse casualties than others, including the Pandorians. The Pandorians, who only managed... No. Who were at the center of the disaster, only managing to escape due to their sheer strength and willingness to not just thrive, but survive. Service, nice. There we go. And I think what I want to try and do is, not today, but I then want to try and write a little paragraph for each one of these tribes explaining their backstory. Why is Fonthorpe in charge of the economics when the other tribes aren't? If the Pandorians are stronger than the Fonthorpes, why don't they overthrow each other? Do they live in peace? What's the court like? Again, the Senate, talking about things like that. I think that could be really cool. However, I think it's time we move on. That was actually good fun. So the main reason why I wanted to do that at the start of today's live stream, that took a bloody hour to do. Wow. But yeah, the main reason as to why I wanted to do that is because I, What have I done there? There we go. Basically, I wanted to show you guys a little bit about the lore that I'm trying to develop. I think it could be really good fun. Again, you don't have to know all of that stuff. It puts you in the mind of the world that I'm trying to create. A world where it's basically people in a Viking sort of settlements. And it's cool. It's tough, but it's cool. And I think that's going to be good fun as well. I don't know what my role is going to be in that, but regardless, yeah. I think it'll be pretty good fun. Again, just imagine the back of my stream, some green screened Viking house. I think it would look really cool. I can start the stream, I can literally show you around this Viking world. Get some nice videos in the background. There will be some wildlife on these islands as well. Maybe some deers or some chickens, because there has to be a KFC. I mean, obviously, what the heck? Anyway, so let me show you what I've been doing, because I've actually done off-camera work. Don't act too surprised. I know a few of you probably are. So what I've done is I have literally finished all of the logistics going from here, somewhere, all the way to here, around here, up this, and all the way into our core facility, where we're going to have a few crude oil things all sorted out. So what I've done here, I've actually changed this blueprint slightly, because originally all of these conveyor belts were heading in this direction, but two of these conveyor belt lines are going to be transporting canisters to go get our packaged crude oil. So what I've done, these two conveyor belt lines are now going towards where the canisters are then going to be. So that's basically all sorted out. I've also made sure I've updated these here as well. I've changed this around a little bit. I want to make a couple more improvements to these blueprints, but very minor things. And basically, all I've got to do now is just plop this blueprint down quite a few times and gather the resources. So yeah, I've done stuff, guys. I've done stuff and things and stuff and things. But again, don't act too surprised, because I always do that, right? I never say, oh, I'm going to do this off camera, then I don't touch it again for the next 4,000 years. You're fine. Okay, you're actually just fine. Okay, sound. Wait, are you fine? No, I knew there was one thing I missed. One bloody thing. No, where is it? There we go. And also, as you can see, why is that so loud? There we go. I've actually removed all of my conveyor belt holders. Is that what they're called? Conveyor belt holders? Conveyor poles, sorry. This way, when I actually plop down my logistics, I can just do it nice and cleanly, and it's just super simple to try and do. Because actually cleaning up these blueprints took a good 30, maybe 40 minutes. Luckily, I had a really good podcast on in the back, but if I didn't have that podcast, I would have probably just cried myself to sleep that night. I didn't actually get to sleep until midnight. I was up until midnight building this thing. Granted, I had dinner, then I played a bit of Warhammer, but still, after that, I was up until midnight. Okay, moving on. So, now when it comes to this, everything appears to be fine. Although I do want to try and get rid of that and place this down. And for now, I am actually fine with this design. Why are you acting... Also, yeah, look how quickly this is filling, by the way. I think I have 9-dimensional depots on this. Yeah, I do. I've got 9-dimensional depots on concrete. I AFK'd for a bit, and now I've got a good amount of concrete. So, that's pretty good. Although I don't need all of this stuff that's currently on me, so let me just dump all this over here. Not all of it, some of it. That should be more than enough. Fantastic job. Lovely. Right, I do have to try and collect you now. And one more thing that I've actually also got to try to do. Actually, am I going to do it? Because I removed this. The conveyor lift floor hold. Because in theory, this is where I'm supposed to be gathering my resources from this particular blueprint. And I've removed it. But now, if I was to add it back in the future, you just... Yeah, okay, you're actually grand. I mean, worst case scenario, I could just do 2 designs. One with this thing, one without it. But as of right now, I'm fine with that just not being there. Then adding it whenever I need it, basically. Which I think is a bit easier for me. So everything here is now done. Grand. And now I don't think there's anything else for me to try and change. I guess we'll find out. But regardless, let's just get straight onto the logistic building. Because who doesn't love a little bit of logistic work on Christmas Eve? Which, by the way, again, happy Christmas to everyone that's celebrating. If you're not celebrating, don't worry. I mean, it's all good. It's still a good day to spend with your family. Where is the arrow? The arrow's in the right direction. Let's go. Da, 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 da. I'm still quite enjoying this music that we have in the background. Also, that's one thing I've actually got to suggest. When I do create my new world, not my new Satisfactory, or like my new channel world, I'm probably going to end up having some Viking themed assets on the screen, some Viking themed music. Because as of right now, whenever someone subscribes or follows, or I think donates as well, becomes a member, you hear a Viking horn. So it's little things like that, trying to build up the Viking aesthetic, basically, of the channel. Because I'm called the Valhalla Pickle, I want to sort of live by that. And that's also going to be my name, by the way, in the actual world. Like, I'm going to be the Valhalla Pickle. now we're going to have some lore behind the name. I mean, technically there already is. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that the reason why I'm called Valhalla Pickle is because firstly, I like pickles. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Secondly, I need more iron plates. Thirdly, no, that's not really a reason, I just need more iron plates. Secondly, the reason why it's Valhalla is because I've always been interested in, like, that Norse mythology and Valhalla and Vikings in general. Because we don't really talk too much about Vikings in this country, considering that they plundered us for everything we had. Yeah, anyway. So that kind of interests me. And also, for Warhammer reasons, there's a Astra Militarum tribe, I suppose, called the Valhallans, and I think they look incredible. So, because I kind of like Warhammer 40k as well, I mean, I like a lot of things. The truth is, I like a lot more things than I dislike. And I hate 0 things. There's not a single thing on this earth that I hate. Not one single thing. There's some things that I dislike, but not anything that I hate. Because I realized quite soon as I was growing up that hating people and places and things, that requires a lot of time, energy, and focus. I can't be asked to hate. It's a much easier life when you just are happy. And the things you don't like, which you are allowed to dislike things, of course. But if you dislike something, don't do it. Unless you kind of have to. And trust me, life does get a lot better when you think like that. Not to turn the stream into a life lesson because it's Christmas. The last thing we need is another life lesson. But yeah, it's a good way about thinking of things. Definitely. Can I afford one more blueprint? No. Of course not. Because it's me. However, how close are we now to the... In fact, you know what I should probably do? Try and figure out where I'm going. That's probably a good idea. I know it's quite far down this way, but I don't know exactly where I'm going. That's probably a smart idea, right? Oh, dearie me. The Grand Pickle. Yes. Master Pickle. There we go. Okay, that's actually quite a lot further out than I thought. Actually, is it? Because I thought I was going to a roundabout here, so I suppose it is further out than I thought. But it isn't necessarily that far. It just requires a little bit of grit and determination. What are you? You're 001. Let's get 00. Whoa! That's almost... That's 3,300 meters away. Thank you for suggesting that game. But oh well. Because that is... I know where that is. That's down here, isn't it? Yeah. It's all entirely pure nodes, though. This one was fine. I quite liked it. Yeah. In fact, this is actually the... Oh, it's gone. But I think this is the worst one. But it's got all the nitrogen that I need. Because in theory... we are getting... Did I even write it down? I did, yeah. 450 times by 4. 1,800. 1,950 nitrogen gas. And all I actually need now is 1,200. So I'm actually getting 600 more nitrogen gas than what I need. Okay. I mean, that's fine. It's a gas. I don't trust anything in this game that isn't a solid. So I don't mind getting a bit more of that. But my question is, Feck, how am I missing that much concrete? My question is, how am I... What am I going to do with the rest of the nitrogen? I could... Maybe what I can do is whatever I'm not using here, which as we've concluded it's about, like, what, 600? I could just try and transport that across and make nitric acid with it. For something, but then what do I need nitric acid for that I'm not already currently using? Okay, what are you? You're 002. Let's get 003. Let's go back to get some more resources. There we go. Oof, that was rapid. Is there anything here that I've changed? Oh, yeah. Let me show you a couple of things. Why is my mic so loud? I don't know. So, because I was AFKing, I left my game on for 12 hours. 10 hours. It was about 10 hours. How many of these industrial storage containers do you think I filled up? Firstly, do you think I filled up the entire thing? Bear in mind, this is quite a lot. I'll give you a couple seconds to guess. So it wasn't that one. It wasn't any of these. It wasn't any of them. Nope. 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 Here. 1, 2, 3. That is it. I've placed all these down thinking I was going to wake up in the morning. All my concrete's going to be overflowing. I'm going to be excited. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still not as much as I was hoping, but 1, 2, 3, 4, regardless. Have we actually got any concrete in here now? Oh, I'll take that. Because the thing is, right, I was able to fill, as you can see, like, look at all this concrete. I was able to fill most of this up. So we've got, don't need that, 130,000 in here. Everything is pretty well maintained. We could fit a lot more concrete in here. I think what I'm going to do Christmas Day, because if I'm honest, I'm not streaming Christmas Day, but I'm probably going to have my PC on, so I might leave the game running for a few hours. Some people think that's cheating, by the way, leaving your game running. I don't think that's cheating. It's an automation game. I'm automating it. I deserve to have the resources that I'm getting out of it. Okay, what else do I actually need from this? We need 5 of this. 5 of this. How am I still needing more concrete? Are you taking the mickey? Right. More concrete. We just can't seem to ever have enough concrete, can we? It's fine. We'll go hoard some more. There we go. Oh. I was going to say, why is that empty? But yes, it's not connected to anything. That's probably the reason as to why. How are we doing here as well? I think what I'm actually going to try to do is get a little bit of concrete in here, maybe. By dumping out... Well, I suppose, yeah, you can just go into here for now. Where is it? You lost. It's a shame that I've only got one inventory slot available, which makes this take a little bit longer than it has to, but oh well. Brilliant. And chuck you guys into there. It just means that I get a few extra stacks of concrete, so that's basically it. Welcome, Maga. Hope that you're doing good. Add rubber to your concrete for more concrete. I could do that. Yeah, if I wasn't extremely lazy, I could definitely do that. I've never actually used that recipe before. One day. Also, sometime in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be doing a slug collection stream or a power shard collection stream. Oh, coming in for landing. Ooh, butter. Well, I say butter. If that was a real plane, that would have just killed everyone instantly. But luckily, it's not a real plane. Real planes don't exist. Oh, dearie me. Let me just double check everything here is looking groovy. Oh, it is. Wow. Muy bien, as they say in China. Here we go. We're looking good. We're looking good. Got that down. Yeah, I think the amount of things I was able to accomplish off stream is not too bad. Again, well, it won't make any sort of a difference to today's stream, but it... Actually, I suppose it would have, because today's stream I would have been doing all that logistic work, which I suppose is fun, but because of the fact I was repeating the same thing again and again and having to get rid of so much, it was almost not enjoyable enough for a stream. Again, for me, I could watch paint dry and actually quite enjoy it. So, pleasing or entertaining me is fairly simple to do. Just wave a little bit of chocolate in my face and that's basically it. $45 to 10. Is it not 45 to 15? I thought it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Wait. Just making sure these are all definitely correct. Yes. Wait. Yeah, okay, everything's looking good so far. The reason as to why I've chosen for this road to be so close towards the shore... Well, I suppose it's for two main reasons. The first one being, I think it just looks quite nice, being quite close to the shore. Secondly, I will most likely be building something out here as well. And there's a lot of room to build out here. A lot of room. So, first of all, I can use my conveyor belt highway just to add a T-section into there, then just get a bunch of resources in and out of the factory. Second of all, it's not too difficult to build out of here. So what I could do is add a T-section here, one going straight, and then a little off-ramp just going up, and there you go. That will then go up and around here. Problem solved. But yeah, this looks bloody beautiful. The way the light is shining through... Oh, hello. I had no idea you could even see that factory from here. Wow. Yeah, the light shining through there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. That's why I've chosen to build in the Spire Coast. It's just... It's so nice. Granted, I have almost completely destroyed that biome, but it is what it is. Basic concrete kind of sucks when you need concrete. Yeah. It's 5 to 3.3. Damn, that is bad. I don't know why I thought it was a 3-to-1 ratio. And what would I know? I know barely anything about recipes in this game. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is 45 to 15. Yeah. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. So then, if I was to make 5, that would then be 15. Yeah. I'm actually correct. Well, unless I'm misunderstanding the subject at hand. Otherwise, I might actually be correct for the first time in recorded human history. Oh, we're still missing concrete. This is an absolute laugh. But we're not missing... We never miss anything else other than either iron plates or concrete. Steel beams is not a problem, because I'm getting 2 steel beams per second. But I'm consuming almost 100, so how does that work? It's got tons in storage, I suppose, isn't it? Let's wait just a little bit longer now to get some concrete into here. We'll then go back, get some more rinse and repeat. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. And then, well, like eat, sleep, build, repeat. But oh well. Yep. See, we were off by 400 concrete just a few seconds ago. And now... Now we just got enough. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, on our way back, what I'm going to do is hook up all of these hypertubes. Just because it's nice and simple to do. And also I've got to do it one way or another. Can I redeem myself? There we go. Ah. Damn, we've already managed to get a really good amount of blueprints placed down. I'm borderline surprised. There we go. Okay. One thing I kind of need to address is... Firstly, turn this down. There we go. What am I going to be doing with my power towers? The honest answer is, I don't have a clue. The answer I'm going to give, though, is I know exactly what I'm doing, and I will very quickly show you. As I proceed to make things up as I go along. I mean, as I don't do that. Right, so this is a thing, which implies that the thing is here. So, we're gonna add this into here, which I think would be a tremendous addition to this part of the factory. Okay, so I've got off there by about half a kilometer. Nice. So good at this game. Honestly, I should make a YouTube channel and just start playing this game. I'm just that good at this game. That is sarcasm, don't worry. So the good thing about this now is that I can stop. Oh, my game is bugged again. There we go. I can do this. You straight down like that. Have you come up like so? There we go. And this is where power tumber... Power tumber. Can someone just explain what I was trying to say there? It clearly wasn't power tower. Power tumber. Anyway, this is where our power tumber is going to get placed down. Because apparently that's what it's called now. Bloody hell. Honestly, I might just start streaming in Arabic at this point. Probably speak it better than I can speak English. Salam alaikum. Yeah. Great. I'm supposed to be half Arab, but I can't even speak any sort of Arabic. I can understand Lebanese, okay. That's about it, though, for my Arabic skills, unfortunately. Okay, so that's done. That's fandabidocious. What I then want to try and do is do the very similar thing down here now as well, but rather than using that blueprint, I want to use this one. But it's for the exact same cause. You built in the right location. No, you are not. Doesn't help that this is back here now as well. I can probably get rid of most of this, because the reason why that was down there was just so I can see if I was lining everything up right, and now it is, so that's great. You're definitely lined up now, aren't you? Yeah, you're grand. Even that's lined up. I never lined that up properly, damn. Well done past me for doing that. For putting in the extra 3 seconds it takes just to line that up properly. Well, pat on the back, there you go. So, I want the ladder to be facing south. Every single time. How's that? That's good. We'll then move on to this one. Ooh, that's actually a question. Our power towers aren't actually going to fit down here, are they? That's something I wasn't really thinking of. Wait. Because I'm going to miss that one out anyway. You're then going to come to here. Let me just very quickly try and see what we're going to be dealing with here. Because I've got a feeling this might be a little bit of a concern for us. It won't cause any major dramas. And it's actually something I completely forgot about up there as well. It's fine, we can address it when it's closer to the time. As of right now, it's of absolute zero importance to me. Even though one day it will be quite important. But that day is not today. So you can fit there. That's brilliant. You change your mind like a girl changes clothes. Sorry, it's a song. What am I going to do here? It's a good song, by the way. It's by Katy Perry. It's called Hot and Cold. Very good song. Ah. Right, so you then have to face south again. Everything has to face south. What, ladder-wise at least. You're fine. Well, you're not lined up properly. Why have you decided to be a menace to my society? That's good enough. And again, I don't think this can actually go all the way up here. It can go a pretty far away, but just not... Unless, maybe it can. If it can, that would just make my life so much easier. No, it's literally just too far. Oh. I mean, what can I even do about that, though? I've got to add one to the ramp. I haven't designed a blueprint like that. I'm a little bit out of my depth right now. I suppose I can try. No, I don't want to do that today. That's not today's problem. I'm going to title one of my streams, The Power Towers Are Incredible. Because I think they are. I'm trying to think of a word that isn't, like, clickbaity, but I also can respect. Incredible, because I think they are incredible. I love them. The power towers in this game are generally a fantastic asset. But yeah, I've got to try and redesign this. That'll be done in that stream then. Okay, this one. I was just trying to see if I can place it down there or not. And the answer's very clearly no. No, I can't. That's fine. You facing south? Why do you keep rotating yourself? That's good. That's not good. Even this seems to be off a little bit. I'm gonna half nudge you. There we go. So the good thing is you guys connect really easily to one another. The next thing I suppose now is trying to angle you. Yeah. This is going to be quite interesting, actually. The reason why I'm doing this now, even though I literally just said I'm going to have a entire stream for these power towers, is because I want to try and see if it's going to work before I do an entire stream based around it, and also for the thumbnail, which will most likely be taken here, although I might just go into a creative world to sort that out. You're gonna start singing. Don't sing. I hate singing. Hate singing. Unless it's like Freddie Mercury or something, then no. Singing isn't. In our island, in Piccolonia, best island in the world, singing will be banned. If you are caught singing, you will be faced with charges that I am yet to think of. Severe charges. Awful charges. The worst charges. I suppose I don't really need this here, do I? No. I mean, this has to stay. This can stay. Just this has to change. There we go. Where? Where was that? What are you doing? It's Christmas Eve and you're doing that to me? That's just a little bit disrespectful. Oh, I've actually got to keep this up. Gosh darn. There we go. Vikings, they sang... Oh, I know, yeah, Vikings sang, I know. But we're not Vikings, we're pickles. There's a huge difference. Pickles are far more vicious. Far more. Completely. And utterly vicious. There we go. You've got to go slightly here as well. I mean, you can technically stay. But a couple of these are quite large. No. There we go. I didn't like the way that they actually appeared through the pillar there. Piccadilly Circus on the island. I was thinking about incorporating some real world places into this world. I don't know where they're going to be. I suppose Piccadilly Circus can be a place inside of one of the cities that I can then cut to in the background every now and then. Yeah. Or that can be the main market where the villagers sell their goods in whichever sea was called. Fonthorpe. There you go. I thought of the name again. It's kind of weird how I managed to come up with that. I literally looked at my phone and thought, Fonthorpe. But there you go. I mean, all it takes is... What are you doing? No. No. All it takes is a little bit of luck just to think of a good name. And a good name we did think of in the end. Took us long enough though. Okay, right. Oh. You are facing that way. Gosh darn it, man. I thought I did a good job there rotating it around. Oh well. Let's just try and use up all my resources. Oh, I've already used up all my resources because I've got no plastic. Why haven't I got any? I'm sinking it. I know why, because I'm sinking it. That's fine. Let's try and place down the remainder of these blueprints, which I think I can only get... Actually, you know what? As I'm walking back there, let's try and hook up all the power underneath her. We'll then plop down the remaining, like, one of these blueprints I can place down. If I can even place down one, because of our lack of plastic. No, I need plastic. Okay, fair enough. Let's stop sinking all of our plastic then, because I actually, again, kind of need it now. Whoops. Guilty. Oh dear. And the thing is, if I remember correctly, we're actually making a lot of plastic here. Yeah, look how much plastic we're making. Yeah. That's going to fill up in no time. But basically what I did last night was... I connected... I know, very ugly, I know. And so is this build. But what I did was I got a conveyor belt that connected everything here that I want to sink. And then rather than doing it by myself, I just... tucked it into there automatically. As you can see, we don't actually generate too many things. What we do generate just goes straight into here, because I don't need it. And also, something that I actually... Ooh, I want to do this now. I have a lot of adaptive control units. And I've got a feeling that they're going to sink for quite a bit of money, or coupons. So what I'm going to try and do now is gather all my adaptive control units, which is like several... I'm going to say like 10k maybe? Oh wow. 18,000 adaptive control... Oh, 18,000 adaptive control units. And I want to try and see how many points per minute can I get for sinking all of these. I think it'll be pretty high. Get it? Because I think I sink. There we go. So load number 1 is going to go into one of these. There we go. It's going to start working its magic pretty rapidly. Then just do these now to a few more of these awesome sinks. But we've got 3 in this general direction. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. One more over there. We've got another one over here as well. And I want to try and see how many points per minute I'm going to be getting from this. Have your guesses in the comments down below. How many... I sound like a YouTuber, man. Holy crap. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below. No, but actually do leave a comment of how many points do you think I'm going to get per minute from all this. I assume it's going to be around about 15 million? Maybe 16? It's going to be a lot. Okay, we've got one more awesome sink that I want to try and fill up. Because the thing is, because of how quickly these belts are moving, I've probably depleted most of that sink over there anyway. We still have quite a lot more of these to go around, so let's do it. Well, I've got no more juice. No! Just about got enough to get me over here. Nice. Okay, we're going to get one last one in place. And again, 16 mil will be fantastic. Oh, I haven't seen this in ages. Is that 105 million? Okay, that's a bit more than I thought. Look how quickly that's moving. Oh, wow. We were on 138 at the very start of the stream. 207 million points per minute. I mean, I can't just stop and watch because we've got a load more adaptive control units to sync. Also, I am aware that I am still missing about, I think 500 coupons. I've placed them down somewhere and I don't know where. I can watch back my previous live streams to try and find out where. Can I be asked? No, not really. I've probably got rid of them somehow, if I'm honest with you. How much more have we got? Wow. That is actually a lot more than I thought we would have. We're going to end up near potentially 200 coupons. Because you must be almost completely depleted now, right? No, wow. Okay, you're draining a lot slower than I thought. Which is actually good. We must end up near at least 180, right? 190. I'm going to say 200 though. Yeah, basic concrete sucks. The only reason I've got it is because this is my starter factory. I don't really want to use it for any other reason, if I'm honest. That's why I'm using wet concrete, for example, for my next world. Damn. So 276 points per minute, I assume, is going to be the max there. Which, considering I was making about even 400k is pretty good per minute. Well, it technically isn't, but it's not dreadful. I don't mind it. Oh, parkour. I've missed my jump. The second I said parkour, I missed my jump. I genuinely hate myself sometimes. Honestly, I actually do. I am my own biggest up. Okay, anyway. 5 of them. Is that the right one? No. So, let's just gather everything that isn't concrete. No, that isn't concrete. There we go. Any more from here? No. Quartz crystals. That's good. Self-hate? Yes. Report me. Actually, please don't. Knowing YouTube, they'd be like, oh no, you can't hate yourself. That's against our terms of services. But some of the ads we show, which literally feature like softcore pornography, that's completely fine. But self-hate? No, 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 no. That's where we draw the line. Don't do that. I think I've mentioned quite a lot how much I hate YouTube ads. It's like I'm trying to get myself no ads. Well, I do. I literally... It doesn't matter. That's kind of my whole thing, is not having ads. How much concrete have you made from here? Not that much, I assume. I mean, it's better than I thought, so I'll take it. Moth. Imagine we had moths flying around our Viking world. What's our world called again? Piccolonia? I hate that word. If that's what I've actually called it, I actually quite hate it. Because Pandonia is the name of the mountain range. I think I literally called it Piccolonia, didn't I? No, Piccolonians live in Piccolonia. Yeah. Piccolonia, that's what it's called. But imagine a moth flying around Piccolonia. Ooh, we are actually depleting... No. We're depleting quite a lot of our concrete now. If we're spending at least like 300,000 or 400,000, I'd say, for this one project, I suppose you can see why we're depleting it so quick. Okay, then iron plates for everything else. Maybe not you lot, though. Hit yourself with the ad. Reported for self-hate. Oh no, I'm gonna get swatted now. Oh dear. I love this factory. Well, no, I hate this factory, but that's kind of why I like it. It's perfect for being imperfect. That makes no sense. Oh well. This is small pickle. We're coming in for landing. There we go. Okay, I'm not coming in for landing. Look at that speed. Oh. 3, 2, 1. No! I overdid. I knew I overdid it at the end. Oh gosh darn it. It's fine, none of you saw that. We're all going to erase that from our memories, aren't we? That's a really good idea. Anyway. Yeah, perfectly imperfect. Yeah. Oh, we're getting close. Well, as they say in Piccolonia. Oh, we're getting close. They speak English. Luckily. Why do they speak English? Don't ask questions. Oh, we can try and make up some, like, language. Some, like, fake language. No, stop. I'm getting too invested in this world. If they were to speak English, why would they speak English? Because again, in this world, it's not set on our world, it's set on a different world. I guess what we can say is there's an auto translation device built into their vocal cords. Well, yeah. The lore is getting too lore-y. I don't like it. We can't have to go up that much further now, surely. I can see the nitrogen nodes from here. Oh, we're literally, oh, so close. We're basically there. Like, we are basically just there. And this has only taken me 4 episodes. Could be common tongue, yeah. I'll try and think of... Hello. I'll try and think of something to make it make sense. So basically, you're just going to continue off in that direction. Then regarding this, I would quite like you to go underneath this area. Be here. That's actually 9. But then you're gonna go straight into that. How about this? No, it literally, oh, that's so annoying. It has to be here. Although in theory, no, it doesn't, because then you're gonna go in that direction. You're probably correct. So if I get rid of your face, then I replace you with a T-junction. Should go roughly here. Push you back there a little bit. Are you lined up with that? You are. I know this is wrong. I still haven't fixed this. Why haven't I fixed it? I couldn't be asked. But the thing is, though, I will fix it one day. I just literally thought about it and thought, nah, not today. There's no point lying about it. Okay, so you're all in the right place. The only thing that was wrong was this. I placed them on these barriers rather than on the wall. Which I know is a very, very silly mistake. Whoa, that's diabolical. We good? We good. Okay, great. You're going to come out over here now. And yeah, I don't know how far you're going to go. I want there to be a ramp going through this thing. Actually, wait, let me just draw this out first. Actually, do I want to do this or should I explore it first? Because maybe this isn't a good location for it. Follow-up question to that is, do I care? I suppose I kind of do, if I'm honest. I care about a lot of things. So you're going to go through here. Can you turn there? Yeah, I suppose, yeah, you can go as far as you can, then just turn left and just ramp up. I think that would look really cool. We can design some gates. I'm not going to do that today because why would I? But it gives us a good little foundation there for what I can end up doing. I love planning things in my head. It's just the execution I'm not too good with. I wouldn't be a very good executioner in the Middle Ages. Not really my kind of thing anyway, if I'm honest with you. No. Okay, we appear to have reached a anomaly. Which is a big word. Basically, we have things in the thing that I don't want the thing to be in, so the thing has to go. To, you know, explain what I'm trying to do now. Let's whip out Casper, the chainsaw. There we go. Can I do single for this? I know that quite a lot of these are going to end up going, but I still don't want to get rid of too much of the coral reefs. So in the end of the day, I don't need anything it's giving me. I don't need... I suppose actually I do need mycelia quite desperately. Maybe I do just rip up the entire coral reef and no. You must not... Wait. How much area does this get rid of? That's actually perfect, in all fairness. We've now got 62 mycelium. Oh, there's tons. That's all good. Get rid of that. I can probably come over here now as well, like... Okay, maybe not. You. Bloody hell. There we go. I think with the rest of it, I'm not going to bother except for you because you're actually annoying me. I don't know why. Oh, hello. That was a weird sound for it to make, wasn't it? Ooh, well. We good? We good? Yep. Let's go. Let's go. So the nitrogen's over there. I suppose, do I want to start going up now, or do I want to remain on this level? That's why exploring is quite important, so I can just try and get my bearings. When it comes to the nitrogen, I would prefer if I stay on this level for now, then do our little T section out to there, then just, again, play it from there. Do. So you're gonna come... Where even are you? So foggy, I can barely see anything. Is that a floating object? Uninstalling. 0 out of 5 stars. Oh, someone sleep. I can't believe there's a floating object in this game. Oh no. Anyway. So you're gonna come... Oh, you're big. You're large. So you have to come in through here. You then come this way. I suppose I would like to go up here. This sort of level. I don't know. I suppose I do know why, because there are some things here that I actually want to try and get. Including just like, there's some iron and copper around here, isn't there? There's the baddie thing up there. Uranium. The baddie thing, Jesus. But now I'm thinking, is this entirely necessary? I suppose it is. Is it? Yeah. I think this is necessary. So what I'm going to do then with you, you're going to come through here. I think what I'm then going to do... Are you underwater? Wait, since when has this been under... I swear that never used to be underwater. Apparently it is now. Okay. Merry Christmas, Fuba. Hope you're having a nice day so far. Right, so I think what I'm actually going to end up doing then is adding in my little T section to here. Zooping off a road in this direction. And building a very small platform for our nitrogen gas just to organize itself. Then just transport that along here. Okay. That's probably the smartest thing to do. And straight after that T section, then just start to elevate this thing. Because quite frankly, if I wait a little bit too long to start elevating this, we're not going to get out of that ditch. Because as of right now, we are literally inside of a ditch. Which isn't great. So, T section right here. I think so. Let's see how that's going to go. Let's do it. I'm going to plop this down over here. Then what I'm going to do is... What was this thing again? If I did that, then this, there we go. That's how you copy blueprints across. Vinod told me that about a week ago now. Don't like that, but that should be almost entirely hidden. In fact, I think I get rid of that, don't I? No, sorry, you're different. You're going to be this. In fact, yeah, no, you are. Yeah, I never second guess myself at all, as you guys can probably notice by now. Not once in recorded human history have I ever second guess myself. No. Do I want that there? I just unconsciously did it again. Bloody hell. Okay. The reason as to why I said that though is because I might have to move its position. As of right now, this is fine. Because if it hits the rocks, that's not really good for us, is it? I can hear the summer sloop. I might even collect it, honestly. But no, I think you're actually fine. Oh, I'm actually missing concrete. So as we're waiting for our concrete to replenish, I suppose I could try and get some. In fact, we are almost on the right level already. I say if we go up by one more, we should be grand. But at the same time, though, I do want to be a little bit higher up elevated than being on the ground level. So I probably do want to go up by a little bit more. But also bear in mind, this is highly elevated anyway. So I probably want to be not necessarily scraping it, but I want to be like a couple foundations above here. So I'm thinking, this is the German Coast Guard, what are you thinking about? No, I'm thinking, if I get this. Bring you down, bring you forwards. If I just try and level you off over here, are you now at a good level? No, I can already tell you're going to have to go at least one higher, which is fine. I can go 2 foundation, or 8 meters higher. Because yeah, you're definitely still too low here. Absolutely. Damn, okay. I could also place in a couple of my geysers down here, can't I? Get some free power. Absolutely want to try and do that. Heck yes. In fact, I made a video quite a while ago now, where I was talking a little bit more about the geysers and the geothermal generators. These things. That video is doing really well now. I don't know why, but people seem to be watching that just randomly in December. Anyway, welcome Puddle. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you watching today. Okay, I think let's try and plop down one more of these, because we were still massively off there. Looks good. Missing concrete again. That's a surprise to absolutely nobody. I try and risk going up by one more. I think I might be able to. Let's see. Because if I was to come to... Oh, wait. I haven't got much fuel left. Bloody hell. Okay, why isn't that in my jetpack? Can you maybe not try to kill me? Thank you. Literal self-sabotage. Okay, no, you can't go up by one more. Fortunately. So let's try this then. We'll go back to blueprints. Then select our third ramp. $100 days. Oh dear. So then this is where we're going to add our corner. I'm a little bit concerned it is going to scrape the edge here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is going to scrape the edge. I don't think it's going to matter much. We're not going to have much traffic along here. One would have preferred to not have it scrape the edge, but it is what it is. There. That's not a massive concern to me. The logistics is completely fine. We are off by about... what's that? 700 concrete? Let's wait for a few seconds. Plop this down. Go get some more resources. And then actually just finish this. I don't want to touch this anymore today. Because this isn't really relevant for what I'm trying to do. In fact... oh, I'm going to be annoying to myself. It is relevant. That's the sulfur node that I need. I'm going to add all this in just to collect one node of sulfur. In fact... no, I'm not. Because I have to do it anywhere. Let's just try and plop this down for a sec. when I have the resources. Which, by the way, I was almost 2,000 concrete off, and now I can plop it down within about a minute or so, which is not too bad going here. So when I get the sulfur node, I'm going to have to continue this conveyor belt highway. Why are you yellow? Straight down here. I'm also going to have another conveyor belt highway, which is coming out roughly here, rather highly elevated, and then coming out along there. And then another conveyor belt highway exactly in the same position, just a little bit lower down. That's going to come out in an exact straight line. So this is most likely going to end up connecting to that conveyor belt highway. Although this will probably be a little bit higher. And I might do a ramp connecting the two. Because logistically I might want to try and transport items from one to another. That's going to be quite good to have though. So I am probably going to end up sticking with that. Concrete wise, how are we doing? We've got about 800. That's not enough. Let's try and hook up the power. Which shouldn't be too difficult. And do this whilst we're here. You can go for now. I don't need you here. Okay, yeah, we've made a lot of really good progress so far today. Mostly with the lore of my channel, but also in Satisfactory, which helps as a Satisfactory content creator. Wow, that's bad. Also, thank you very much, by the way, for all the recent support on the channel. I think we gained 3 subscribers yesterday, so that was extremely kind. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can go. Get out of here. Did you miss the console Fixmas building contest? No, I think it lasts until the 9th of January? I think. So yeah, there is still time to do it if you want to participate, absolutely. And basically, Fixmas lasts until the 18th, I believe, of January. So if you want to do the Christmas events, you've still got tons of time. But the actual Fixmas little competition thing, I'm not quite sure when that ends, but you still got time. I think they tweeted it out, or it's over on their Discord at least. How are you guys looking? I'm not going to be going out any further this direction today. Not on this conveyor belt highway, at least. There we go. Make sure you guys are all connected. Brilliant. What time is it? It's 5:30. Damn. Today just felt like it just zoomed past. And for me, Christmas always zooms past anyway, so I know I'm going to have the exact same feeling tomorrow. And then that's it. I mean, Christmas is gone for another year. I think when I was a lot younger, Christmas was far more exciting. Obviously. Whereas, like, now, I don't really want anything for Christmas. I've kind of just got to the stage where I just want to get a job and progress with life. But of course, I'm in uni, so I have to... Well, I've already got a temporary job. Part-time. And in uni, so... Yeah. It's like, I want to progress in life, but at the same time, I don't want to get any older. It's weird. But of course, you know, one intertwined with the other. Kind of have to have experience and an age to then progress in life. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, not doing too bad. I'm doing pretty good. Had a bit of a late night last night working on this world, but you know what? I think it was worth it. Like what you see me doing now, connecting all the power things together, demolishing this and adding in the big frame pillar, changing my blueprints around, making sure everything was connected. It took ages. In total, I would say it took a good couple hours for everything. Which doesn't... Actually, no, more than that. Which doesn't sound too bad, but... It was a grind. Also, how many of these bloody blueprints did I place down? I feel like I've been doing this for half an hour. Damn. What can I say? It's just productivity. Wow, that I did that twice in 3 clicks. That's bad. Should you collect your daily gifts from the... Oh, yeah, I haven't done the Christmas calendar in several days. I have to absolutely do that. So since I'm going back to collect more resources, I might as well open the advent calendar. I've already finished the Christmas events. I do realize I'm never going to return back to that factory. Even though I spent about 2 weeks doing it. So that was definitely worth it. Absolutely, wow, that was incredible. You should be the last one. No? Okay, now you should all have power. Holy dip. Whoa, that's a pretty significant dip. This would actually be something I will be doing when I return after the little Christmas break, which is about 1 day long for me. I want to try and do a stream where I completely solve my power crisis. Is it a crisis? Not really. It just sounds quite intimidating. But basically, I've been having this problem where 1 or 2 of my coal generators aren't functioning properly. I don't know why. So I want to try and find out what the problem actually is. Then most likely pop down a few of those geothermal generators. And then just get some extra power. But regardless, that's now done. Brilliant. Okay. So we have up until day 24. Do they have day number 25 in this? Because there's number 24. Oh, that's nice. Where we got that last year.
Since the human olfactory system is closely linked to memory, Fix-It created scented build gun trinkets to remind pioneers of specific concepts.
Good. Well, it's not great,
this
actually.
scent is the concept of caring about your family on Earth, which I'm sure will have no effect on you.
Oh, I thought I was going to be a 20 and a 25. It's not.
Humans tend to catch colds during the winter.
I got one.
It would seem that this does not apply to you, but considering your tendencies, Fix-It has seen fit to provide a medicinal inhaler just in case.
Oh, we're flying through this. What the heck? Oh, 25 coupons. Okay. Oh, we're actually flying through this.
That's just poetic. I appreciate a good joke.
Cut off. Adar. So, how many have I gotten? I think all of them. I'm probably missing one, aren't I? Let's try and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Let's just try and count the numbers and see if that's going to make it any easier. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Oh dear. Where's number 9? Number 9, large. Sorry, it's a meme from an old GTA game. 9, 10. Found 11 if that helps. Not really though. 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17. Where's 17? Am I missing number 17? There's 18. I think I'm missing number 17. Right. This shouldn't be too difficult to find. Just kidding, it probably will be. Let's start from the bottom. Not that one, is it? No. Oh no, I've got 17. It's right. It's down there. Yep, 17. Damn. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 24 is there. What about number 23? If we... Oh, 23? 24. Okay, so I think I finished it. Right? Unless there's a... I think that might be number 25. I assume that's 25. I can't see another 25 around here. So, we got a couple crap things. That isn't crap at all, though. That definitely is not crap either. That is the definition of crap. That I don't think I've ever actually crafted before, so that's pretty cool. And them, that's just pretty good. I will chuck everything I don't want, though, into here just for now. I just don't need crap. There we go. How much rubbish have I got on me? What the heck? I don't think I need that again. In fact, I might as well upload it though, right? There we go. And how are we doing in regards of fuel? Yeah, about as diabolical as I thought it would be. There we go. So we're going to need 5 of this, 5 of this. Anything drastic that I'm missing? Oh, I'm not getting any more steel pipes or steel beams because I'm sinking all of them. So again, I'm now going to stop the sinking of my steel beams and my steel pipes. So I'm starting to need you two now. I need you, I need you, I need you right now. I need you right now. As Zara Larsson would say. Was it Zara Larsson that sang that song? Daya. Why did I think it was Zara Larsson? It was the Chainsmokers. Anyway. As you can tell, I'm very up to date with my musical knowledge. Very up to date. The most up to date. Okay, everything's starting to get uploaded now, which is nice. Yeah, we managed to find it in the end. That was a difficult one, in all fairness. Don't need that. Right. Quartz crystals. Welcome, Insomniac. Hope that you're doing good. It's going well. It's going very well. We've made some good progress today. Could it have been better? I suppose, but I'm relatively happy with it, so, yep. We did iron plates and concrete. But yeah, overall, not too bad today. How are you? Hope that you're doing well. Uh, 5,000. Okay, that's still probably a little bit too much. There we go. Now the rest of this, just concrete. And that should provide us with all of the remaining blueprints that I'm going to need for today. If I still need more after this, then I am the problem. Because I've got too much already. You're down to your final couple rows. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, you're only down to 1 and a bit rows left? Damn. I suppose let's get everything down to 2. You're diabolical. There we go. I am a little bit concerned about our concrete deposits. Again, I could just make more. I just don't really need them right now, so it's kind of my... well, no, it is my fault. But I'm okay with that. I'm accepting of that. Absolutely, it's okay. I don't mind the fact that I'm the problem to all of my, well, problems. Working on the transition from phase 4 to phase 5. That's a big one, yes. I can imagine there's quite a lot of resources to gather for it, yeah. Because I'm still in, what, phase 3? I mean, granted, I am playing this game differently to how you're supposed to be playing it, but... but yeah, there is a lot of grinding. A lot. We're about to land. Oh, holy. Look at that for speed. How many frames am I getting per second? Obviously for you guys it's 60, because that's what it's locked to. That's gonna hurt. Oh dear. Anyway. Oh, my voice is dying again. It's always the 2-hour mark, man. Always. Oh, it's awful. Okay, you just slot in quite nicely. Are you in the wrong No, it's fine. 2, 1. No. Yep. Don't worry too much about the foliage tearing through my blueprints. That is a non-issue, and we can solve that rather easily. Great. So this is, I suppose, where I want to start building this well, I say factory, it's literally me gathering a little bit of nitrogen gas. But I'm actually really excited to be doing this. And then hopefully in our next stream, which I'm still don't know what I'm doing for our next stream, but I suppose it's going to be similar to this, we can then finally actually get our nitrogen gas from here to our factory. And it's quite a long way for it to go, but oh well. In fact, it would be better if I start this at the very beginning of my next stream, and then make a stream dedicated on building this very tiny facility and just transporting items and continuing our conveyor belt. So for now, all that's left for me to do, I suppose, is potentially maybe connect these 2 roads back in again, like a bit of a hub sort of thing. But what would I build in the middle though? I think it'd be kind of cute. That's the stage I've gotten to now. Is it logical? Eh. Is it a good idea? Is it cute? Yeah. Do it. Do it. Do the raw. Sorry. But that's what I think I'm going to try and do. Transport these resources through this conveyor belt highway for like only a few meters into this section, where I'm then going to end up building some sort of very miniature load balancing thing. Yes, load balancing thing. That's the official name, by the way. Oxford Dictionary. I checked. Checked it myself. Wrote it there myself. Okay. You need a corner. How is that? I've made worse, so let's go with that. That's always like a positive sign. How is it? I've done worse. That really strikes fear into the enemy's heart, doesn't it? Really reassures the local populace. Yeah, you're fine. Little T section here. Or do I potentially want to try and go with a full-on junction? Because again, I do want to try and get a factory out there. No, I don't think I'm going to do that for now. I think we're going to continue this as a T junction, T section, T junction, whatever. Then you're just going to continue straight along there. Yes. That sounds like something I actually don't hate. There. That's perfect. Let's slide you in. Hello? Thank you. That was my fault. I was just pressing the wrong button there. Now, when it comes to this, just keep going forwards until we reach the point of contact. What's next? It's this one. Hey, thank you for the new subscribers, by the way, over on YouTube. Thank you very much, everyone. Do greatly appreciate that. I don't know why some of the names aren't appearing on the screen. Sometimes if you have your subscription settings to private, you won't see it on screen. If it's set to public, though, you should see your name on screen if you do subscribe. You don't have to, I'm just informing you. Anyway, so I think this is just about going to do it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to continue this. I think this is going to end up looking quite cute. We're going to add in some like industrial fluid buffers. We're going to make it look quite industrial, like a massive little refinery. Did I just say massive little? I need to go to sleep. I've lost it. But yeah, this is where we're going to load balance our nitrogen gas and transport it down there. Either way, thank you very much everyone for tuning in today. Hope that you guys ended up enjoying this stream. Thank you for as I double check YouTube very quickly. Hey, 10 likes today. Thank you very much guys for the double digits. Well, according to this, if I refresh it. Okay, now it says 6. I don't know what it is. It's broken. Either way, thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Stay safe, Godspeed, and have an amazing Christmas. Goodbye.